gravitational law. In this image, I present the galaxy 5796 found in the constellation of Libra. This galaxy has a massive black hole eating everything in its path, including light. This lab, I will use the path of the star to determine the mass of the black hole. To calculate the mass of the black hole and the forces acting on the system, I use the star's mass 1.989 times 10 to 27 kilograms. The trajectory of the star in the list of a CSVS file of the star vectors and time. We also know the position of the black hole and the period of the translation of the star, that is an Earth day long. It's very important to consider the circular or elliptical path and the force acting in this kind of system. To start, gravitational Newton law and the Newton's second law are key points for understanding the forces that arise from centrifugal action, the momentum principle in where the net forces are parallel to the path and perpendicular forces aim toward the center of the ellipse. Both forces are responsible for the movement of the star, and the theory of relativity could be also tested in this experiment. These principles relate the mass of the celestial body with respect of their distance and speed changing along the orbit. Changes in speed are slower or more faster in the less curved areas of the ellipse and more abrupt and include change in direction when the star is moving toward or away from the black hole. Working in the program, I edited the range of the window and I set the radius of the star and the black hole relatively equal. I added the mass of the star and the variable of the position vector of the black hole. Another important setting in this time period is the time period. The program will read the data list in star data CSV and calculate for each item in the list by the speed in every second. The changes in speed with respect to the time and the mass of the star are update the position value in each time interval. They derive from the momentum principle and is computed to determine the net forces, which are the result of the parallel change in the speed and the changes in direction. Parallel forces are present in chain of speed, that is a scalar magnitude, while perpendicular forces are toward the center and bend the motion in area closer or further away from the black hole. Another factor that I added to the program is the calculation of the radius of the path of the star. The radius is the result of subtracting the position of the star minus the position of the black hole. Later, this distance will be used to determine the mass of the black hole. The arrow represents more or less the vector quantities of the forces that are present in this laboratory. The speed of the program was edited to 100 milliseconds, and the equation for gravitational law was added at the end of the program. The last report presents the total time analyzed, the net forces, the parallel forces and perpendicular forces, and the magnitude of the black hole mass. The equation of the gravitational law was clear as follows. The mass of the black hole is equal to the multiplication of the net force and the square of the radius, divided by the constant Vg times the mass star. In the model, the arrow represents the forces acting in the system. The black arrow is parallel to the path. The yellow is the net forces, and the blue is the perpendicular force. It's very important to observe how the direction of this arrow changes in respect to the start position.